I'm just waiting for the Roomba to finish doing its thing because I always seem to want to record when the Roomba decides to start its job. So, hello, my friends. As you can probably tell, your YouTube algorithm, social media is doing the 2024 recaps, the hopes and dreams and aspirations of 2025. Gotta say, 2024 was a wild ride. I think it's great to do these recaps, and I'm going to do mine a little bit differently. There might be parts where it's a little bit more serious, but this is the intro. All in all, for me, 2024 was the year that broke me. So if you've been with me at the beginning of my rebirth return to YouTube, y'all know that I made the decision to leave LA and also step back from the animation industry as a whole. I also want to acknowledge the fact that I know that I am lucky to be able to come back home to a safe space, because I really don't know what would have happened if I didn't have this. But this was truly one of those absolute last thing I wanted to do. There's this weird stigma, at least with my growing up, my generation, the whole firstborn child thing, that going home just feels like the ultimate sign of failure, or just things didn't pan out. And it's not necessarily a taboo. I mean, there's nothing really bad about going home, honestly. But I held off for so long going back home that I think ultimately it did add to my own level of pain and stress, and just all of this extra stuff that I didn't need to go through if I had just accepted the fact that I needed to go home. One of the biggest signs for me to leave was actually taking a month to go visit my best friend in Washington State, just actually getting away from everything, from LA, the industry, really just kind of was that nudge forward for me to go home, that I needed a safe space to just fall apart. Truly, seeing my best friend and hanging out with friends and just being in a different environment was really healing, and it was the energy that I was looking for and that I needed to make that trip across. One of the things that really struck with me as far as 2024 as a whole, and just the beginning of the year, it was one of those things where I didn't realize how broken I was until I came home. I needed a safe space to actually fall apart, to let myself feel everything that I felt. Because it wasn't until, like I said, I got home that I realized how broken I was physically, mentally, emotionally, and the only thing that was obvious was financially. I was broke. And I refused to allow myself to see everything else that was falling apart. And it wasn't until I felt like I was in a safe space that I could let go and see all of the pieces just scattered around me. In the following months, I just focused on healing. I did nothing. I think, with the exception of the end of the year, that 6 months after Christmas void where we all as a collective do nothing, I think the following months after me coming home, I did nothing. I was so beyond burned out creatively. I didn't know what it was that I wanted to do anymore. I cried so much. I, in a word, felt betrayed from this industry that I loved so much and couldn't see myself come back to it in any sort of way. And I just felt so hopeless. I didn't know what was going to be in store for me next, and I just let myself feel all of that. Shout out to therapy, because wow. we had a lot to talk about, a lot to break down further to help me process. Mental health is so important, guys. Please, if you're able to find help, to speak to somebody, absolutely, absolutely. Do it! For me, the biggest realization was how much I tied my self-worth to work. Even in my last couple of months working, I was really struggling with the fact that it was coming to an abrupt end. I had been in a situation similar, but there was still more opportunities. There were still other studios that were hiring and that I didn't feel this immense fear. But this round felt completely different, and I tied so much of who I am and my values to my work that when things didn't pan out and nobody was hiring, it crushed me in a way that I didn't even, that I can't believe in hindsight I allowed. There were so many nights just laying in bed crying, wondering if I was even good enough or even worthy of finding another job, of being able to come back into the industry. If I spoke too loudly on certain things and issues, and it really sort of destroyed my own confidence. And it took a long time for me to just find a creative spark or joy. At the encouragement of my therapist and my family and my friends, they said to just try, pick up the pencil again, pick up the pen, just try, write, just do something. Anything to sort of help inspire, reignite that spark. And it was so hard to do. I think the biggest thing that helped was attempting to do YouTube, just kind of using it as a platform to force myself into making something. Same deal with my first time doing Twitch streams. I missed community so much that I just wanted to see if I could try and at least make a community of sorts while playing games and just hanging out. And I think it was around this time where Gen Con happened, and I'm so grateful to my friend who asked me to come along, and being surrounded again by so many beautifully amazing, just wonderfully talented, and just there are no words to describe the people that were at Gen Con and that tabled there, and how they were so kind and encouraging. And being there also kind of helped push that spark forward so that I had more confidence in a way to take that leap of faith, to keep trying to create again. With 2024 breaking me, it was also one of those moments that helped me discover and rediscover things that I've always wanted to do, I've found joy in. And when you're broken, there's no other place to go but up, to pick up those pieces and remold it and shape it into something new and beautiful. And like I said, in my early YouTube videos, you can tell there was a lot of chaos. There's still so much more that I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to create this vibe, figure it out kind of deal, but that doesn't scare me as much as it did when I first started. I think it's funny that my highest video this year was the actual admittance and acceptance of stepping away from animation for a little bit. Followed closely by talking about how a year of unemployment has affected me. I wouldn't recommend it, but I would suggest for people to take a break, to actually step away from whatever industry that they're in, to actually reevaluate everything that they want to do and kind of get a better sense of what it is that brings them joy. Because with me being unemployed, me coming home, me feeling so broken, it opened up an avenue that I hadn't considered. It reopened actually, just channels of creativity that I had put aside, made excuses to do eventually, and eventually finally came. And it was just so wonderful to be able to actually explore that. And I feel like bit by bit, even though I have so much more to learn, I have learned so much, and I'm rediscovered a joy that I've sort of hidden away, and within it, I've started to hear my own voice again. Everybody. So it's been a few days since the new year. So first off, Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Y'all, we made it. It's a brand new year. And I hope and wish for everyone to have a wonderful, safe, good health new year. Doing the 2024 reflection, sort of going through everything, really just sort of put into perspective a lot of things that have happened in life. And while it seems like there were moments where I was complaining a little bit, I want to emphasize or state that I am very grateful. Everything that needed to happen in 2024 needed to happen. And because of that, I feel very different going into this new year compared to past and previous years. I've always gone in with a sense of hope and excitement for the new year, but this year feels different, and I feel like I can say that with great confidence. Plans for 2025 include not stopping what I've been doing. I want to continue to create. I want to continue to grow as a creative and an artist. I want to continue posting YouTube videos and do the Twitch streams and all of the stuff that brought me joy and helped me on my healing journey. I want to continue. I want to maintain. And so that's the general vibe and plan for 2025. I mentioned before I still have a lot to learn when it comes to video editing and shot production and stuff, but that's just something I feel like will come with time, as with all things. While I'm still trying to build my community and audience, it's gonna mean I have to bite the bullet and market a little bit more, and obviously I have to step out of my comfort zone and actually market it, even though there are moments where I'm like, wow, that's so cringe. Oh my god, why did I decide to do this? I think it's important to just try to make those steps and try to get better at it. So generally speaking, 2025 goals is to continue creating, continue to make more art, videos, Twitch streams, and hopefully get better at this aspect of posting regularly and just marketing stuff and being proud that I freaking did this. It's hard and it's awkward at first. I still remember trying to do my very, very first YouTube video, and it was really, really awkward. But I like to think I grew a little bit since then, so it's only up from here. Another big thing I wanted to say here is, while the last year and a half has been really, really tumultuous and stressful because of my unemployment, I would like to announce that 2025, your girl is employed again. So there's definitely going to be some changes coming up in the next few weeks. However, like I said, I still intend to take everything that I've done in 2024 that has helped me heal and has brought me so much joy into 2025. So that means videos will continue. There just might be a little bit of a pause in between because there's some traveling involved. The scenery is going to look different. But I will have some interesting stories, no doubt, to share with you in that journey. So look forward to that. I will be sharing a little bit more as time goes on. Those are the biggest things, at least I wanted to highlight when it comes to 2025. Just sharing my goals and how I'm feeling. I'm feeling really hopeful. I'm excited. And I don't feel as if there's a word for that. So with that, I want to say again, Happy New Year, and thank you to everybody who has stuck around this entire year of me posting, of watching me struggle and maybe cringing yourself at seeing how cringe I am. I appreciate you for sticking around as long as you did, and I hope that you're with me as we continue to make this journey, this growth. And yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And I want to wish everybody a amazing Happy New Year, Happy 2025, and hope for good things, good health, and many happy adventures and opportunities to make amazing memories and to make cool stuff. And so until the next one, as always, my friends, stay awesome. Bye.